Morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on when you are watching this video. This is a maths with mathematics. Today we are going to be looking at how to change improper fractions to mixed fractions. How to change improper fractions to mixed fractions. Someone will ask, what is an improper fraction? An improper fraction is a type of fraction that the numerator. Look at something like this. 18 over 3. The numerator, the number on top is called the numerator, while the number below or the number beneath is called the denominator. So when the numerator is bigger than the denominator, then the fraction is improper. Okay? When the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So in an actual sense, the number below has to be bigger than the one on top, so that it feels lesser pressure on its head to be able to carry it. So when the number on top is bigger than the one below, we say that it is improper. So then we have mixed fraction. What is a mixed fraction? A mixed fraction is a whole number and a proper fraction. So a proper fraction, an example of a proper fraction is 2 over 5, when the numerator is lesser than the denominator. So in this instance, you see that it will be easier for 5 to carry 2. So this is proper. And then 3 will feel a load on the neck, and then maybe the neck will even break down. So it will not be easier for 3 to carry 18. In that regard, we say that it is improper. But proper fraction is when the denominator is bigger than the numerator. This is an example of a mixed fraction, a whole number and a proper fraction. So there is an instance where we can have a whole number and a proper fraction when there is an improper fraction, when the denominator is suffering the load on the head. We have instances where we can change it to a mixed fraction so that we reduce the burden on the denominator, if I should put it that way. Reduce the burden on the denominator. So this is an improper. So we are going to change improper fractions where the denominator is carrying too much load so that we can help them. So that is to a mixed fraction. So let's take an example like 19 over 3. So we check how many times will our denominator divide the numerator. So 3 divides 19 6 times. So how many times is going to divide becomes our whole number. So if 3 divides 19 6 times, what is the remainder? So the remainder now becomes our numerator. So remainder 1 over our denominator. So in this regard, you see that now our 3 is less burden. It can be able to carry 1 to play and play and play, and the neck will not get tired. So that is that. We have changed an improper fraction where the 3 is suffering to a mixed fraction so that we can less burden the 3. Let's take another example. 21 over 6. So we check, like I said, how many times would our denominator divide the numerator? So 6 divides 21 3 times. So then I told you how many times it's going to divide becomes our whole number. Is there a remainder? Yes. Remainder 3. So if 6 divides 21 3 times, that's giving us 18. If we subtract the 18 from the 21, we are having a remainder of 3 over our denominator. So we less burdened the 6 as well. Let's take another example. 28 over 5. So we check how many times is our denominator dividing our numerator. So 5 divides 28 5 times. So 5, 25. If we subtract it from 28, that is giving us a remainder of 3 over our denominator, which is 5. Let's take another example. 16 over 7. Let's check how many times does 7 divide our 16. Divide it 2 times. So that's 7 times 2 gives us 14. 14 subtracted from 16 gives us a remainder of 2 over our denominator. Another example, let's have 18 over, let's take a huge number this time. Let's take 73 over 10. So how many times does 10 divide 73? That is 7 times. So that 10, 7 gives us what? 70. Remainder 3 over our denominator, which is 10. I believe we've understood that. So, as usual, I'm going to leave you with a homework so that we can also try our hands on. So, let's pick this homework. Homework. Change these improper to mixed fractions. 37 over 4. That's have 25 over 3. Let's have 96 over 7. And let's take 45 over 4. All right. Thank you. Don't forget to like, leave comments so that we'll bring you topics of your interest. Don't forget to also subscribe to our channel. See you again.